ever told you that if you want to look great for a job interview or slim? Somebody ever told you that if you want to look great for a job interview or slim on a first date, wear black? Well, that might not be entirely true. Here to tell us when black works and when it doesn't is image consultant and colored expert Sandi Rose Miller.
Happy Color Therapy Thursday.
I'm super excited it's Color Therapy Thursday.
Yes.
I really am so fun to have you here.
Oh,
and
thank you.
You may or may not know this, but we dug up some pictures of you as Miss Utah competing in the
Miss Oregon.
Miss Oregon, that's
Close,
right.
close.
Kind of close. You were a finalist in the Miss America pageant.
I was.
This is incredible.
Isn't that fun? Do you recognize Phyllis George on the right?
totally
Miss
do.
Texas, who became Miss America in '71.
Well,
what a gorgeous gal.
Beautiful. And you're a gorgeous gal. And
thank
another
you.
incredible fact about you is that you were actually a Breck girl alongside.
Are you old enough to
Brooke
remember Breck?
Shields
Oh, yeah.
and Kim Basinger?
Yeah,
yes,
yeah.
I idolize Brooke Shields, so that's amazing.
Well, thank you very much.
Well, and so you now have a book, and
well,
you're
what I want to
you're
do
a color
today
expert.
is tell you, though, how the love of color took me all the way from Barbie dolls to the Miss America finals to the work I do today with my clients. When I was little, I had a Barbie doll, and I loved her, but I didn't have the money to buy her outfits, right? So I learned to make them out of my head with scraps of fabric my mom had. And then when I entered the pageant system when I was a teenager, I used that same creativity to make my competition gowns, because you know they're pricey.
Oh,
so
yeah, incredibly.
They are. They're very expensive, and I knew what would look good on me, and I just made them.
So this is something you've always had an eye for.
It's something I've always been able to do. And then I went to the Miss America pageant, and I'm looking backstage at all of those gorgeous gals, except some of them just
And you could just see.
I could see who really
This is
knew
like
how to
a
present
sixth sense
themselves
of yours.
and who really didn't. I was looking across the room at Miss Delaware, and I noticed, my gosh, if she'd let me do her hair and makeup, she could be so much cuter.
Super
I offered,
cool.
She did.
And it probably
did
helped.
well.
There
She
you
did
go.
really
Well,
well.
she was lucky to have had you there.
Oh,
And so we have some slides of some celebrity photos.
Yes,
And you're going to talk to us about what's not working and working here.
Well, I want your response.
Okay.
So when you look at Hillary in the black, just tell me the feeling you get.
Negative.
It's austere, it's harsh,
Very.
it's not helping her, right?
Right.
And so when we get her in something that works, even down to the hair that works for her.
Right. I was going to say young, fun, and glowing in the red blazer.
It's the shape. It isn't just the red, it's the right red.
Okay.
So let's go to the next one. And this is, you know who this is?
Gwyneth Paltrow.
Exactly.
Yes.
Tell me the feeling of her in the black.
Harsh.
Exactly. It's
Yeah.
almost like her head is
Severe.
cut in. It's an inset. It's not congruent.
Right.
And on the right, she looks
looks lovely
dewy.
and goddessy.
Exactly.
Yes, of course.
Ethereal. Let's try our next one. Now, what happens with Kirsten? So we're getting younger and younger. It gets a little harder to tell. The black isn't working.
It does. I was going to say she looks just kind of more.
She looks kind of okay.
Yeah, kind of
but
okay in the black.
What's the first thing you see?
Her lips.
Exactly.
Right. Yeah.
So she is showing up. How she's dressed is showing up before she is.
Very interesting.
And on the right, she's congruent and luscious.
Yes, it's true.
So let's look at who black would work on. Courtney Cox,
Okay.
type C.
Why is
in our
that?
Why is that? I don't know, but we're going to find out with you.
All right, yeah, we're going to do a little color demo here, which
if you're willing.
I'm totally willing, and you can't hurt my feelings, so just be honest.
No, you know what?
I know you told me to sit still and just look straight into the camera.
Look straight ahead into, is it camera 2?
Yes.
And we're going to come in very close, and so your job is to not blink.
Okay.
Look straight ahead, and all we're doing, and the audience is doing, is noticing whether the black supports you or not.
Okay, so
I'm
this is the
get out
black
of your
one.
shadow here. And what I want to do is now layer up something that may look like it's almost black, but not quite.
Okay.
When
So
this
kind of
goes
a
up, what
charcoal
happens
gray.
to her skin? It gets a little bit softer. Now, we don't know yet if this is the right for you.
I can't wait to know, because then all I'm going to buy is the color you tell me to buy.
Well, there's more to it than this, but I can tell you a little bit more about it. So that really looks pretty great on you.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. And
I do like blue.
Well, it's the right navy. And in this case, we're just putting a basic navy on you, but it'd be fun to know exactly. Remember, you said something about you were told you couldn't wear certain colors.
Yeah, growing up, my mom told me not to wear brown, not to wear pink, not to wear green.
But it's the right brown. So we don't know if this one is, but I don't know, audience. For my money, on camera, that looks pretty good.
Really?
And when I come over here, yes.
Interesting.
For my money, that looks pretty good. When I'm
this is literally, I don't own one thing that's this color.
I know, but keep looking straight ahead as this comes down. What happens to her skin? We go to the navy. It's still pretty good, right? And we go to the gray. It's not quite as good as it was with that brown. What happens with the black? Not good. Do you see it?
Well, shoot. Now what am I going to wear? No, I really appreciate that. That's
well, let me show you
helpful.
one quick tool that I developed. It's called a true hue card. Let's put the brown back up, because I think the brown kind of looks
okay, that's good to know. I never would have guessed.
The fabrics tell me what works. So when we have the true hue cards, one of these is going to love the brown.
Okay.
More than if the
Can y'all
camera
get
can come
that?
just a little bit
I'll hold that up.
closer. It loves the brown, and if we bring it over to the right,
Okay.
yeah, there you go. It doesn't love the black. Do you see the difference?
Very, very
and
interesting.
Let's try this one on here.
Okay.
I think I'm in your light here. It doesn't love the brown. But when we move it over to the black, what happens?
Wow.
It does love the black.
Yeah, it does.
So these become your
Very
little cheat sheets
interesting.
when
Those
you're
are
shopping.
so cool. Okay, well,
very
this
brave.
is Sandy. Thank you so much.
Oh,
What a priceless little gift
Oh,
you've given me here this morning.
thank you.
And this is available to everyone. They can go onto your website, and you have like a link that will help them figure out if they're a good candidate for black as well. So you can go to trueyoumakeover.com, click the yes, and the special offer to receive a free download that will help you discover is if black is holding you back. truemakeovers.com, and again, the number is 714-688-6868. Thanks again, Sandy. So fun to have you.